you know, I'm kind of like, screw it. Let's make this a trilogy. So we've talked about the scatter plot and how to just draw it, but I wanted to show you you can make a scatter plot on your Ti-Nspire calculator too. So again, we're still on page 69. We already have the data in the calculator, so I figure why not? So I'm just going to go back and remember we have all the data and I have all my data. My math is my X values. My Y is my biology values, right? So I'm just showing you right here. That's where our values are. If you haven't already watched, please remember how to put in for linear regression and correlation. We also, part 2 was about your finding your means of the trend line. But now let's talk about a scatter plot, okay? So let's see, where can I put directions? I am running out of room here. I am going to put directions just above here. I apologize if you're out of the room. So I'm on page 68 at the bottom here. I'm just going to write how to do a scatter plot. So to do a scatter plot with your Ti-Nspire, okay? All right, the first thing, you need your data in a spreadsheet. If you haven't gotten used to that yet, I don't know what you've been doing for the last few weeks. All right, so we put our data in the spreadsheet. We already have that done. Very good. This time, we are going to press Control Doc 5. Control Doc 5. And when you do this, this is going to be pretty cool right off the bat. So you do Control Doc, and you press 5. And boom, it kind of gives you a crappy scatter plot. So here's the problem. You have to, from here, is label your x-axis X and label your y-axis, big surprise, Y. So I'm going to go to my x-axis, I click down here, and I am going to select the X. And now it starts moving my data around. And then at my y-axis, I'm going to put a Y. Y. And already looking at this, I would say this trend has a pretty good trend line. Maybe maybe an outlier, but for the most part, the trend line looks pretty good. All right. So speaking of trend line, or the correlation, I should say, which is ever the closest to the trend line, let's put in a trend line. To do so is not so bad. To put in a trend line, or a line of best fit, I think IB calls it, but a trend line, they're all the same thing. Trend line is going to be menu 461. Menu 461. So I'm going to press menu 4 for analyze, 6 for the regression, and 1 show our linear regression. And we make a trend line. And look at that. If you look at the values, notice, doesn't that also look similar to our values down here? 0.411 and 11.8. So this is if you want to make a scatter plot on your Ti-Nspire graph. And a lot of times it's just handy just to see what it looks like. See if you can match it up with yours. It's maybe a good way to sketch real quickly or just analyze the trend. Okay? I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.